Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Marie Stabile, and today I'll be teaching my lesson. It's a second grade lesson on skip counting and counting with coins. So everyone, does anyone know what this is? It looks like a pig, but do you know what it is? There's a hole at the top. If I shake it, it sounds like something's inside. And there's this little cork at the bottom. It's a piggy bank. Does anyone know what you do with a piggy bank? You can put quarters inside, that's correct. But do you know why you put quarters inside? Or any coin to be? To collect money. Yeah, another way of saying collect money is to save money. So, has anyone ever wanted something so badly, but it was maybe too much money that your mom or dad or grandma said that you couldn't have it right away? Video game system, those could be a lot of money. That could cost a lot of money. Or a toy. Yeah. So I know when I was a kid, I used to go on vacations, and before we went on vacation, we would have this big jug in my house. It was really, really big. And every day, my parents and my brothers and I would put our extra coins inside the jug. And once the jug was all the way filled up to the top, we would pour out all the money and count it. And we would see how much money we collected or saved. And we would use that money so that we could have money to go on vacation. Who thinks they can tell me how my family would count all of the coins in the jug? Because there was quarters, and there were pennies, and nickels, and dimes. Yes? You can count them one by one. That's a good idea. But if I had, for example, these 2 pennies, a quarter, and a dime. If I said 1, 2, 3, 4, is that how much money I would have? No, I don't think so. So one way to count money is to skip count. So, for example, if I had a dime, how would I skip count? What is a dime worth? How much is it? How many cents is a dime? Right, it's 10 cents. So if I had 2 dimes, how would I count it? I would say 10, 20. So that's skip counting with money. So today, we're going to use that knowledge of skip counting, which we have, and we're also going to learn how to skip count by 25. Who can tell me why it's important to learn how to skip count by 25? Because it's a higher number, and that can make us smarter. That's true. What else? Thinking about coins. A quarter is worth 25 cents. Exactly. So today we're going to learn how to skip count by 25 so that we know how to count quarters, and we'll also be practicing counting dimes and nickels. So in order to learn about how to count to 25s, I'm going to show a video, and we will watch that video, and then we'll practice along, and that will teach us how to count by 25s.
Today we're going to practice counting by 25s. We're going to start off slow. Are you ready? Let's count by 25s. 25, 50, 75, 100. Great job. When we count quarters, we count by 25s. We count by 25s because 1 quarter is worth 25 cents. Let's count some quarters. 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. All right, Let's try it a little faster. Ready? Let's just count 25s. 25, 50, 75, 100. Great job. Okay, let's try quarters. We're going to go a little faster. Ready? Let's go. 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. Great job.
Okay, so now that we just watched that video and reviewed how to count by 25s, we're going to practice together in my piggy bank. So who can tell me what coin I have in my piggy bank? For those of you who can't see, here's a bit of a closer look. That's the front of it. And I also have one with the back. It's a quarter, right? So how many coins do I have in my piggy bank? Listen carefully to the question. How many coins do I have? 3, exactly. I have 1, 2, 3. What is the value of my coins? The value means how many cents do I have in my piggy bank? If I add the 25 plus 25 plus 25, how many total cents do I have in my piggy bank? So I see some of you are like counting in your head or maybe trying to write it down, but we're going to try to skip count like we just learned. So who can come to the board and help me skip count how many quarters we have? Or what is the total value? It's very important that we know the difference between the amount of coins we have and the value of coins. Okay. Okay, come to the board. Okay. So 1 quarter is 25 cents. Great job. 2 quarters is 50 cents. 3 quarters is 75 cents. And I'm going to add my 4th quarter, which is 100 cents. So let's practice counting by 25s one more time, all together. 25, 50, 75, 100. Now let's practice counting the coins and using the word cent, using that vocabulary so we know what we're talking about. 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, 100 cents. Does anyone know another way to say 100 cents? $1. Very good. So when you have 100 cents, you don't say you have 100 cents, you can say you have $1. Great. So now I'm going to change what's in my piggy bank. We're going to see if you guys can tell me the new coin I put in my piggy bank. So what did we just have in my piggy bank? Quarters. Very good. So now let's see who can tell me what I have in my So now my piggy bank has a different coin. Who can identify or name the coin that is in my piggy bank? And for those in the back who can't see, this is what it looks like. That's the back of it. It's silver. And that's the front of it. It's silver. It's a dime. Very good. How much is a dime worth? 10 cents. Very good. How many dimes do I have in my piggy bank? What is the number of dimes I have in my piggy bank? You can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Now, what is the value of the coins in my piggy bank? So to find the value, this time we're not going to count by 25. We're going to count by 10. Good job. So now let's count by 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But now let's use that important word so that we know it's money that we're talking about. 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. So what is the total value of the dimes in my piggy bank? 50 cents. Very good. Okay. So now that we've practiced counting coins, and counting by 25s and 10s, and earlier we tried counting by 5s, which were nickels. What you're going to do now is go back to your groups, and you will be getting with your group either piggy bank 1, 2, or 3. When you get to your group, your piggy banks are going to be full of either nickels, dimes, or quarters. As a group, you guys are going to have to identify or name the coin in the group, count how many coins you have in the group, make sure you label which piggy bank you have, and then you're going to answer some questions about the total amount of coins in your piggy bank and the value of coins in your piggy bank. And it's very important we know the difference. So one more time, what is the value? The amount of cents. Very good. So on my piggy bank right here, how many dimes do I have? What is the total number of dimes? 5. But is that the value? No. The value is 50 cents. So make sure you pay attention when you're answering your questions. So when you go to your group, you'll have your piggy banks. The coins will be in it. You each will be getting, that means every single person in your group will be getting a chart called a Counting Coins Worksheet. With your group, you're going to write which piggy bank you have. So that's why I said it's very important that you read what bank and number you have. So this one would be piggy bank 3. You have to name the coin. So if you have this coin, what would you say it is? A quarter. Very good. So you'd have to write quarter. And then you'd have to write the amount of coins. So if you were looking at this piggy bank, what is the amount of coins I have? 5. Very good. So this chart part you are going to be doing with your group. After you fill out the piggy bank that you have, I'll give you each a couple of minutes, and then we'll switch piggy banks so that every group gets to see piggy bank 1, 2, and 3. After you guys get all of the information about your piggy bank number, the name of the coin, and the amount of coins, by yourselves you will answer the questions. So one of the questions is, which piggy bank had the most amount of coins? So that you can look right from here to figure out the amount of coins. Then you would say, which piggy bank had the largest value of coins? So to find the value, you have to skip count depending on which coin. So you can do that on the back of the sheet if you need extra room. And then you're going to say the value of each piggy bank. And again, to find that answer, you're going to have to skip count. So everyone's going to go to their group, and that is what you'll be doing. So to end my lesson, I would have all my students come back to a group, and I would display the Counting Coins worksheet on a board, a whiteboard, or I would have a poster-sized version, depending on the resources in my school. And together, I would also have all of my piggy banks. And together, we would review all of the information. We would identify or name the piggy bank number, the coin, and the total amount of coins. Together, we would review it. We would skip count to find all of the answers so that my students have immediate feedback if they were correct or incorrect on the worksheet. If we had extra time and I thought my students were really nailing the information and they really understood it, I would have an extension sheet. That would be the buy or save worksheet. So within this worksheet, my students there would be preset bags of either dimes, nickels, or quarters, and each student would have to count the coins in their bags, and they would have to determine, again, they would have to identify or name their coin, skip count to find the total value of their coin, and then they would be asked which which toys or items that they would be able to buy with the amount that they had, or which items they would need to save for. I have that in my extension because I feel like that's like one step above. So if my students really were understanding and were able to easily figure out the amount, then they would be able to compare the amount that they had to what items they could buy. Additionally, for homework, to extend my lesson and to have students review it when they got home, I would have homework sheets where they would count each coin. I would maybe do dimes tonight, nickels another night, quarters another night. Maybe I would do quarters for the first night because that was the new skill that they had to learn. But that is the homework that they would have throughout the days to keep the knowledge going. And then for students that have different needs in my classroom and different abilities, I would have some accommodations for them. So one of them would be a key for them. So on this key, it shows the front and the back of each coin. It names the coin and says the value. So that way, if my student was able to work with the piggy banks in a group, but maybe had trouble retaining the information that they previously learned, they could use the key to help them answer their own questions. Another accommodation or a different worksheet I would have for one of my students that really lacks the ability to write, so she wouldn't be able to fill out the chart by herself. She would be able to reach the same learning goals by identifying the coin and their value by using a money sort cut and paste sheet. So in this sheet, she would have to cut out the coins and then put them in the correct piggy bank, which the values are labeled. This student would be working with an aide, or I could be working with a teacher. So as she cut and pasted, I could ask her, what coin is that? What is the value of it? And her verbal responses would be able to tell me if she was understanding the information so that I knew she was reaching the same learning goals. And that is my lesson.